what ended up happening was I found that I became kind of addicted to riding trails that I didn't know. I became addicted to sort of the constant presence and the focus that comes with not just kind of riding a trail, but when you really want to press and push, there's something that comes from that as a mountain biker that is so special.
I like riding it that way towards Bovine versus going
More uphill.
But it's both like sixes. Like it's fun both ways. We did a couple reroutes in there and just been improving the tread overall and adding like more fun to it so that it just rides. Like I want to make it a trail that people want to go back there and ride. Like,
yeah.
You know, that's kind of my goal, is just to revive it, because if you don't use it, you lose it. Right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just being okay with the imperfect nature of kind of capturing these trails, riding these trails. There's a beauty that comes with riding something for the first time and for experiencing a landscape for the first time. And I think, you know, you have to just let go of, I'm going to capture this in the most beautiful way possible and focus more on authenticity.
I think complacency is a part of familiarity with you know, trails that you ride over and over and over again. And I think to an extent, you know, there's plenty of room for growth on familiar terrain and on familiar trails. But I just kind of had to remind myself when I'm riding a trail that I know I can kind of get lost in thought, and that to me, more often than not, can lead to a ride that isn't as fulfilling as it could be. And anytime I push myself on a trail that I have no idea what's ahead, I'm just never more present. You know, I'm never more in the moment. I'm never more connected to my bike. I really don't ever feel any more connected to a trail than when I'm riding it blindly. The best thing I can hope for when I'm on a trail that I don't know, you just kind of have to relax, be at ease, keep the chin up, give yourself a few sort of cues while you're descending. Drop the hips, drop the wrists and rotate them, and just like drop your heels and really, like, you know, remember to just get into your bike and press versus to get intense, grab and brake and getting stiff, because that's really when you start to get into trouble.
I think that, like, one of the more challenging things with this is that, you know, in most mountain bike videos or videos of any kind, you're storyboarding things, and so you kind of have a set schedule. You know what you're gonna see, you know how you're gonna frame it ahead of time. You do a lot of homework, and that's 90% of the work. Here, 90% of the work is working on the fly, and you're changing lenses as fast as you can. You're jogging down the trail, because we honestly, you know, even if we have, me and Drew, the filmers, have seen the trail very briefly, we don't know what's around the next corner.
I really ultimately want this to encourage people to go and get uncomfortable and go places that are new to them and experience that. I think sometimes we kind of get ourselves into this routine where we take a trip and we keep going back to the same place over and over again. And I think there's a lot of really amazing things that come from familiarity and from that kind of repetition. But I also just want to encourage and celebrate the unknown and the imperfection and just ultimately like the buzz that comes from that flow state, you know? That's really what this is all about.